So, and your hair looks
It's crazy. I know.
looks kind of crazy.
I know.
And we're making this video.
It's all right.
It's all right.
I have no makeup on either, but
But
whatever.
we're so excited about the momentum that's happening. Just like all of a sudden this week, some crazy good momentum and conversations happening, and we saw
Sales
conversations,
which is exciting, and also, oh shit.
Yeah, actually, we have to have a conversation.
So what do I say? How do I talk about money?
Yeah, so we wanted to just shoot a really quick refresher on
Of the 4-part sales
which actually has other parts.
It has other parts.
But the 4-part sales conversation, and the important part of this is that it's a conversation.
A conversation. It's
forget
not
about
a script. It's not a script.
Forget about the sales piece.
And it's also a way for you to screen whether or not this is a person you want to be working for first and foremost.
Yes.
It's not, will they like me? It's, is this a fit? And
Yes.
that's the mindset that you need to have, because number one, it's true. And number two, when you come at it with that mindset, as opposed to, showing up at the dating scene going, oh my God, is he gonna like me? He's gonna find out I'm totally weird.
Yeah, well, I did. But that's a different video. Have a conversation. It's not about sales. It's about staying curious, staying interested, being more interested than being interesting. Yeah, so let's just go. Let's go.
Basic structure that's going to keep it. It's just going to keep you solid.
So the 4 parts. Part number 1 is what's going on for them right now. Where are they? What's going on in their business, in their life? What are their challenges? And where do they want to go? This first part is really about taking the time to understand deeply what's going on right now for them. In their business, is it HR for a law firm? Is it retention? Is it churn? Is it sales?
Yeah, so here's how I modify it. What are you working on right now? Because usually they're somewhere in the midst of a book project or starting on a book project. So I ask, this is how I modify the question. What are you working on right now?
Yes. I do, and I do that as well. I also want to know where the challenges are, and I always, in this stage, as I'm having the conversation, presume, if you will, that we would be working together. So I might say, Ann, what are you working on right now? Well, I'm working on a book. Well, what do you have in place around a book platform? What's your social media platform look like?
I don't have those.
Okay, well, that's definitely something we would want to pay attention to then. And I'll be curious about what they are, and I'll just maybe insert something about, okay, that's something we should pay attention to in the future. So the first part is really about
what are you working on,
being investigative, really getting to understand what their challenges are and what their goals are.
So let's talk about the second part.
But let me just reiterate. This is being curious, and it's taking your time. The only time I have ever blown a sales conversation
is we're on the fly.
We're rushing it.
Overscheduled, and we're got to end it before it needs to be ended.
So take your time with this. You have all the time in the world.
Give yourself
really slow
time on the calendar too. Time in the to block it out, even if it's an hour, sometimes 2 hours.
Yeah, really slow the action down. Be curious.
Number
two, this is really the heart and soul of the 4-part sales conversation, and that is, what will it be like for them when they attain the goal? So, and a year from now, when the book is out there and you've got this amazing social media presence, what will that be like for you? What will that mean for you?
Feel like? And I always preface it, this is going to be a really weird sounding question, because for me, if somebody asked me this question, I'd think they're weird. But it's actually a really powerful question. What will it feel like to have accomplished what it is that you're after.
Yes.
In the case of my clients, to have a book out there that serves your industry, that
Yes.
that attracts clients.
Or for me, what would it be like as an entrepreneur to have a 6-figure income a year from now or 2 years from now?
What would it feel like?
What would it mean to you? What would it mean to your employees, to your family, to your lifestyle, to your freedom, to your flexibility? And this is, in Book Yourself Solid language, it comes back to understanding the FEPs that you deliver. This is the beautiful symmetry of Book Yourself Solid. It comes, the FEPs, the financial, emotional, physical, and spiritual benefits that in your heart that you deliver. It comes back here in the sales conversation, because now you're inviting your prospective client not only to connect with the tangible outcome, which, for many is a financial outcome, but you're also inviting them to connect, as Ann says, with the feeling piece. What will it be like emotionally? What will it mean to you in terms of your stress level, in terms of your expansiveness, in terms of your sense of not feeling overwhelmed? What will it mean in terms of your peace of mind? What will, getting really visceral and taking your time around not only that big result that you deliver, the big bang of the book in the world, but not the amazing number of clients that you have, the retention that you deliver, but what will that mean at a more emotional level?
Yeah, these are the emotional hooks.
Yes.
Because when they're voicing it, they're also at the same time feeling it.
Yes.
So you don't have to drum that up for them.
No,
they're drumming it up for themselves.
Yeah, and you're being inquisitive. You're just really deep diving into what it will mean for them and getting them to anchor in that place. So the P is physical. If you've got this great business, this law firm that's running on all cylinders, and you don't have to be a slave to anymore. What would it mean in terms of your health and wellness? Being able to get out to the gym, being able to take care of yourself, going out to yoga, Pilates, being able to cycle again. What would it mean to you at a physical level and at a spiritual level? We don't even have to get into theology, but how would it make you feel in terms of peace of mind, in terms of just your connection with yourself and with your family? And so going in at a very deep level, and this applies whether you're doing one-on-one coaching, whether you're doing health coaching, wellness coaching, entrepreneurial coaching, book development, you want to really flesh out all of these ancillary concomitant benefits that go along with a big result you deliver.
Okay.
And this is where, I'm spending time on this because this is where you need to spend the time. Take the time. And then you get to the end of this.
Part three.
So we're going to transition to part three, which is to affirm the amazing vision that they've shared with you, that amazing destination. And I could, wow, thank you so much for sharing that. I can imagine you on the big stages around the world sharing your message like this and what it will mean to be able to live anywhere in the world.
That's actually part two.
No. Well, it's the transition between two. It's the transition between 2 and 3, which is making that bridge, affirming them in the vision. And then part 3 is the very simple question. It's one question.
It's so easy. Oh my God, this takes all the pressure off.
Yeah. Wow, that's an amazing thing you want to accomplish. Would you like help with that?
Would you like
help with that? That's it. That's it.
How easy is that?
And then if they say yes, then let me say, if they say no, that's easy too. It's like, well, God, I really wish you all the best with that.
Yeah.
Be well, go with God. They go back into your sales cycle process. They go back into your keep in touch,
there are
right?
people who say, I don't think so. I got it.
I got it.
Why
now,
they're calling you, I don't know, but whatever.
Yeah, we don't have time in this video for that. So, but if they say yes, I'd like help with that, then the
Wait,
follow-up.
let me do that. Let me do part 4.
No, it's not part 4. Well, I guess it is part 4.
Would you like that help to be me?
Because, and this comes back to your red velvet rope policy. It comes back
and
to...
you do not say this unless it is the God's honest truth.
What you would say is, would you like that help to be me? Because you're my ideal client. And then you reflect back some of the things that you've heard. For me, it would be adventuresome, risk-taking, willingness to see that the best is yet to come. You reflect back to them what you've heard as you've gone through this conversation and say, would you like that help to be me? Because it would be really fun to
Don't
work
you
together.
Keep refining? I keep refining
Of course,
my ideal
of course.
client. The more I work with people, the more
Of course.
the less I actually say this.
Well, I always say it because I really want to connect.
I know. I tend to
Yeah,
think to myself, yeah, no, it's not. The
Well,
right person.
yes, if the answer
if this is not someone you want to work with,
then
don't say this.
Yeah.
Don't say this.
Yes, and
then
apply the red velvet rope policy.
Say I've got somebody that might be interested in working with, or here's what I would recommend instead.
Yes.
But you don't say this unless you really want to work with this person.
Yes. So those are the elements. Now, I say there are more than 4 parts. I had this argument with Michael Port when we were doing the 3rd edition revision. I actually think there are additional steps that are really important, because now, if the answer is yes, I would like that help to be you, then I think there's another step. And
would you like to know how we would work together?
Yes, and this doesn't have to be complicated. Would you like to know how we would work together? Yes. So for me, I posted for TAR the other day the parameters of my program. Well, and we would work every other week together. I look for a minimum commitment of 6 months, but we work every other week together in formal session. You'd have unlimited access to me in between for any questions or issues that come up, and the investment would be $15,000.
Then shut up.
You opened your mouth. I was going.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
maybe they thought that you have chapped lips.
No, I was.
I have sandwich on my lips.
I was underscoring. I was underscoring the importance of shutting. You just stop. The response to that might be, "Hey, great. When can we start working together?" In which case, you get the date on the calendar and you get going. Or it might be, "Hey, wow, that's really expensive. I can't afford that." And my response, I have a standard response for that, is, "Yep, I'm an expensive date." And then I shut up again. And then a response to that might be, "Well, I need to think about it." I said, "Great."
Or I need to talk to my partner about it.
So yeah, so either is good, and you'll say, "Fine." So I need to think about it. Great. What I know is that this work only works when you're ready. So whenever you're ready, that's fine. No worries. And just to close the loop, let's get a date on the calendar to circle back. How would next Tuesday at 10 or Wednesday at 3 work for you? Same thing with, if I have to talk to my partner or my spouse. Great. Let's just circle back and close the loop on this. Would next week work at such and such a time? And then you get that date on the calendar. And again, if the time is right, great. If the time is not, no worries. They go back into the sales cycle process.
And we could talk about lots of things like, hey, if people want references, how to deal with that, how to interact with your own clients, or if you don't have references at the time, how you might deal with that. I mean, this could be a whole talk.
Yes.
The other thing is, what would, if they say yes, what would actually prevent you from following through? What would actually prevent you from following through? I have to use this one a lot, because if I deal with busy entrepreneurs who want to write a book, I got to have them voice what would stop them.
Yes.
From carrying through and from following through on their agreement that we're going to begin this.
Yes.
Because they're either going to spot the problem and, say, or they're going to be recommitted to it. So you're going to get the result. You're going to really kind of pound out that result.
Yeah, the stick rate is much higher when you ask that question.
Yeah.
What would prevent you from moving forward, I think, is a really good question. So there are a lot of nuances to this, but
you follow the basic structure, you'll be great.
But it is really just a simple conversation. It's about being curious. It's about staying curious. It's about listening deeply. It's about coming from that place of service. I'm so excited that so many of you are going to be having sales conversations.
Yeah.
I'm happy to answer any questions, but just wanted to make this quick video, or videos, I guess, that we're sticking together.
and just relax, because the
enjoy.
people that you're meant to work with,
Oh.
you're going to feel it, and it's going to be so much easier. And when
Yes.
you know that you're simply asking, would you like help with it, it takes all the pressure off. Hey, do you want to work with me, and here's how much I charge, which is what we feel like we're supposed to say. And you don't have to. It takes all the pressure off.
All right. So those of you who are having conversations this week, rock the conversations and report back in. We'll be thinking about you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.